everybody. Very welcome to this training. If you don't know who I am, my name is Audrey and I am just going to set this up to be on full screen. My name is Audrey, the social coach, and I transform how business owners show up on their social media so that they can confidently gain more leads and make more sales. So I am all about that whole journey of how to use your social media platform so you can sign more clients and make more sales. Today I'm going to be delivering how to make a reel. So I've just done a screen recording of my phone, some dodgy photos in the camera album because we were making fun of Crocs shoes. So I'm warning you about that now. So let's go ahead and open up Instagram on my phone. And I'm going to click the button that takes me to my profile, and I'm going to hit this plus button at the top and press reel. There's the Crocs that I was telling you about. So I like to create albums. So here you'll see a load of different albums that I have. So AE content, Audrey Elizabeth content, that is content that I've posted that already has text and all of that on it. So if I'm repurposing, I know where the content is. A zombie costume from AliExpress, I must have taken a screenshot, and then my photos. But this one here, blank footage, this is super useful. So if I press play, that will open up my blank footage, and that is anytime I have recorded myself doing something. I need to update this actually, so every now and again I will just go through my camera album and add my camera gallery and add things into the appropriate album, and it just saves so much time. So blank footage is anything that you're doing that you're not talking directly to the camera. So try getting the habit of recording yourself doing things. It can literally be anything. It could be making a cup of tea, rearranging flowers in a vase. This one here is just working on a computer. This one is about the people who have signed up to a course that I launched. I'm going to choose this one where I am journaling. I think this one's a little bit edited, but it doesn't need to be. So what you're going to do is you have some blank footage, B-roll content that is called, and we're going to add our message on top of that. So I will show you if you don't have the content already made, but to use this one, you're going to press the ABC that was up in the top right hand corner, and then you are going to add your text. So adding text, I'm just typing out what I want to say. And you can use, if you press all these different buttons, it's going to change the font of the writing. You can hold the text down and move it anywhere you want on screen. Just avoiding the very top of the screen and the bottom of the screen, because if you put your text there, it gets hidden by the Instagram features. So around here is a safe space to use. And there are some different font options that I was talking about earlier. Now, if we press this button here with the little stars on it, that changes the background. See the way that added a black background there? That's how you do that, is by tapping that. And if you tap it once, it will add a color. If you tap it twice, it will swap the colors around. So the background in this instance would be white and the text would be black. And if you tap it a third time, it will just go back to normal if you didn't want to use that. This A button here with the kind of dash is for a transformation in the text. So, you know, if it comes out scripted or if it jumps out at you, that sort of thing. I don't tend to use them as much in reels because reels can be glitchy. And I found any time that I've used that on a text in a reel, it just has disappeared. So I personally don't tend to use that unless it's in stories. When you tap the A button here, the first one, that is going to jump you from what type of text you wanted to use, like we were using earlier. If you tap it again, it's going to bring up the colors. You can swipe across. If you just swipe across, it will show you more colors. But something that lots of people don't know about is, if I continue to play this, if I hold my finger down on a color, you get this whole rainbow of colors. So you can really match it up to your brand. And another thing, let me just go back a tiny bit. If you press this little pen button, it allows you to pick up a color off the screen. So you could add your logo on here and then use the pen feature to pick out the exact color so your text is completely on brand. So I've hit that pen button and I'm just moving it around my screen, and you can see how it's picking up all the different colors. So I've applied this one here, centering my text. If you go down to edit video at the bottom, it's going to open up the editing suite, and you can do loads in here. So first things first, if you want the text to show up for just a certain amount of time, so if you had a list and you wanted to stagger them, or you wanted the text to come in at a certain point of the song, things like that, this is how you do it. So I have hit edit video. I'll go back to show you where that was. Down here at the bottom, edit video. And once I'm in here, if I tap on the text, a yellow bar will come around it, and that's how you know you're editing the right thing. So once a yellow bar comes around it, because if you had a list of text, you would have different options. If you want text to come up at a different amount of time, you would have to repeat the process. You couldn't just hit return and continue and text on. That counts as one, so that would all come up at the same time. So if you wanted to stagger them, you would just repeat the process of how we got this one here. So you'd click out of that, you would add the text button again and type your next piece of text. So here we are in the editing suite, and all you need to do to arrange where you want it to show up is you're going to hold your finger down on that yellow bit and drag it in. I'm going to play the video so you can see it in action, but I'd like to tell you first. So see the way I'm just dragging it in and I'm trimming it at the end there. So I'm going to play it to show what it looks like. Text appears, text disappears. And you can do that with all your text, any stickers or interactive elements that you add, and also your music. So what I've done here now is to add another clip. So just say you've made that clip and you're like, actually, I'd like to add another clip. I am just going to hit add clip. Down the bottom, it's going to appear, add clip, and it's going to open up that same gallery again. I'm going to go back into my blank footage. I seem to have lost it. Blank footage, and I'm just going to pick a random one for now. So I've clicked on this video and I'm like, yeah, perfect, but I don't want the whole thing, so I'm going to trim it down that it starts there. In the same way we've done with the yellow, we're just dragging it across, and then it just adds it in perfectly for us. So we can go and add text, we can add music. I'm trimming it down here to show you how you can add and trim. So this is how you're going to add audio. These are all the trending sounds at the moment. But there's a few different things you can do. You can hit voiceover, and that allows you to record over it. So if you're doing like a day in the life, or come to the post office with me, or come on a coaching call with me, whatever you want. But you can also jump over to the saved album, and all the audios that you have saved will come up there. Okay, so next we're going to do hit next, and we're going to hit edit cover, because it's really important that when somebody lands on your profile that they know what is behind the reel. We don't want people having to search for things, because most people won't. They'll just move on. So if we make it super clear on our grid what is behind the reel, more people are going to be most likely to watch it. So edit cover, and it's going to bring up the video as little tabs. I can drag this across and choose a thumbnail. So see the way the text is there, I'm going to hit profile grid and it will show me what that would look like, and you can move that as well by just using your finger to move it about. Then we're going to add our caption as normal, and then I'm going to hit saved draft down here, and that is going to put the content into my drafts folder. So I'll show you where that is. You would go to your Reels tab here, and you'd go to hit a reel, and then you'd press drafts, and that's going to open up all your drafts. So these are all sitting in my drafts ready to be posted. Then also what you can do is you can go to advanced settings, and this is going to allow you to schedule the reel. So if you're scheduling your content, this is a good handy way to do it. I don't use the tool all the time on Instagram because sometimes it can post automatically, but just so you know where it is anyway, you would hit schedule this reel, and you can add your time in. Another way to create a reel is if you're scrolling through the explore page, this one here, and you see a sound that you like, you can either save it for later or create content. So I like this sound, so I've pressed the little button down the bottom and I can hit save for later, or I can go to use sound, and that's going to open up exactly the way we were earlier, where we can add our content from our gallery from down here, or we can record new content. But I would also like to show you templates. So if you find a sound that you like, and you know when it's like a collage of videos or photos and it goes to the beats, this is how you do that. So you find the song that you like, and that brings us to, once you click on that sound, let me find it here, this grid here is everyone who's used that sound. So you're going to click on one of them and just scroll through until you find one that says use template. So we'll have a look here where a use template comes up, and you will see exactly what I mean. So going through, see, getting some inspiration. This one has used template. So each time it's a new clip, I can use the same format. So you're going to hit use template, and it's going to give you those little segments. So if you tap on the first one, again, it opens up that gallery. I really need to delete that croc that croc image, and I'm going to go to my blank content again, my blank footage, and you can select all the videos, photos that you want to include in that, and it will automatically generate it to just show a clip of each of those, which is really, really fun. I don't know why that is so zoomed in. So hopefully that, once I come out with that, I'm going to hit next, and it's generating the reel. Yeah, it's back to normal size, and everything is on that beat and on that clip. So I hope that was super helpful to you, and you now understand how to create a reel. My best advice would be to watch this again while you're doing it. Pause, stop, and just keep watching it. If you would like to learn more about content marketing and how to use your social media to make more sales, I have a live group program that is open for enrollments right now. So if you want to reach out to me on my handle or in my Facebook group, whatever you wish, get in there, because it is on beta version, so it's never going to be the same price again, and we have payment plans, and it's all about infusing your personality and your passion in your content.